my research aim will continuously be reflected. The first segment will discuss situational analysis.
For my first practicum, the school was in Granville, which is approximately 22 kilometers from Sydney CBD. The area is a low SES, with high percentage of multiculturalism and religion. It also includes high rates of public housing and a low rate of Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander.
Being a low SES area, there were many students that did not have access to any technology devices at home. For this reason, the school's teaching pedagogy was technology-driven. Technology was also used to enhance student engagement, well-being, and used as a reward system to promote positive behavior. This was implemented in the classroom and in both of my mentor teachers' practices. My professional practicum was with Stage 3 and it was a conjoined class of Year 5 and 6. There were 26 students in total. The class had a mix of both advanced and low achieving students. For this reason, the class tables were grouped in 6 to allow collaborative thinking and work, with a reading corner to cater for the student with ADHD to help him regulate. The class also had an easy access to 15 iPads and 1 smartboard. The classroom consisted of 2 different teachers as they both worked part-time and shared the same class. This gave me an insight to witness 2 different teaching pedagogies and observe different effects on student engagement in the classroom. The first mentor teacher had been working at the school for 3 years. She would gather students to sit on the floor and begin with a dialogic question. She used the process of think, share with the person next to you, then share with the class. This teacher would promote collaborative thinking with the use of smartboard and iPads. The second mentor teacher had been at the school for over 15 years. Her teaching was also technology-driven. Her practices included students working individually, then sharing the ideas and work with the class. She would gather less capable students and work together as a group and encourage more capable students to work on their own. Both teachers cared for their students' well-being and both provided high cognitive, effective, and operative lessons. However, students' engagement was different with each teacher. This section compares students' engagement experiences in English using the MEE framework. With the first teacher, students engaged well with dialogic questioning. This helped the students engage in critical thinking. It also facilitated learners to establish new ideas. This process caused active participation and student control. There were many emergent learners, which made it challenging for the teacher to attend to all their needs. The first teacher mixing emergent learners with advanced learners on the tables was not effective, as it limited advanced learners' learning by not being challenged, and therefore caused disengagement. With the second teacher, students were much more behaved and engaged. Her tables were grouped according to capabilities. Advanced learners work independently or in pairs and teacher working with emergent learners. This allowed students to stay motivated, reduce anxiety and fear of failure. This made it easier for students to engage in profound learning, which promoted active participation. Also, showcasing students' work at the end of the lesson allowed students to value the work much more. My focus and rationale have changed. From students working individually in teacher-centered learning to student-centered learning through collaboration. This change is driven through my first practicum. Students were mixed in capabilities, in group work and the arrangement of seating. Tasks were not challenging for advanced learners, which caused disengagement due to tasks being easy. Advanced learners would finish early and cause a disruption in class. Due to this, my chosen focus for this class includes both student-centered learning and personalized learning, as it recognizes the needs, interests, and skills of each student. It also provides access to a wealth of information and resources that can be tailored to meet the specific needs of learners. Students take on active role in their own learning, setting learning goals, selecting the resources they need to reach those goals, and working at their own pace. Collaborations with peers will also be encouraged, as it provides diverse perspectives, value of work, and voice control over their learning. Teachers serve as facilitators, providing guidance and support, designing learning activities that match each student's needs, and offering feedback to help students continuously improve. Some benefits of this approach include increased engagement, improved learning outcomes, and increased student agency and motivation. Additionally, students develop important skills such as self-direction, critical thinking, and problem solving, which are essential for the success in the 21st century workforce. Personalized learning does come with its own challenges, like technology infrastructure, data management, curriculum development, and new assessment methods are needed to measure student progress and success in personalized learning. With proper teacher training, personalized learning can provide motivation and engagement presented in the MEE framework. Please look at the following slides for the implementation of my 3 English lessons that align with my chosen 21st century pedagogy and supported by the MEE framework. In this section, we will look at data collection and critique engagement design. Through research, my findings have shown that these 3 data collection methods will allow me to enhance student learning by measuring their engagement, achievements, and recognizing the data's strengths and limitations.
Firstly, by collecting and reviewing student work samples listed, I will be able to measure each student engagement by using this table to help me determine whether students engage in high cognitive, affective, and operative learning. Students' work samples will then be photographed and then presented on a digital portfolio called Seesaw. Secondly, students will partake in self-assessing their own learning in Lesson 3 by using a questionnaire or checklist. This will be collected and allow me to distinguish between students' abilities in engaging with high cognitive, operative, and affective learning within the lessons. Thirdly, conversational data will be collected by using the table below, as it will be easier to document student conversations in debates, class discussions, and group conversations to recognize students' ability in engaging with high cognitive, operative, and affective learning, and to help me observe students' communication skills and collaboration with peers.
Collecting student work samples can provide the teacher feedback on the level of engagement of students by analysing the quantity and quality of their work to determine the student's level of understanding of the material covered in the lesson, and determine who is actively engaged in the lesson and which students may have struggled or disengaged. Also, work samples provide tangible evidence to view whether students' achievement was met by checking students' learning goals and if students met the syllabus outcomes. It can also help the teacher identify students who need extra attention or additional resources. However, the limitations of this method is that it only reflects the student's understanding of specific content and does not necessarily reflect their overall knowledge and understanding. Student self-assessment can be used to measure student engagement and achievement by allowing students to reflect on their own level of involvement, interest, and effort in the learning process. Moreover, its affordances include promoting high-order thinking, increasing motivation and engagement in learning, and identifying areas for improvement. Students will self-evaluate and check if they have achieved their learning goals and if students met the syllabus outcomes, while limitations might include potential biases in self-assessment and viability in students' ability to accurately self-assess their engagement. Student conversational data, such as classroom, group, and peer discussions, can be used to measure engagement by analyzing the frequency, depth, and quality of the interactions with peers and teachers during learning activities. Its affordances also include capturing real-time engagement and interactions, while limitations might include challenges in interpreting the meaning and context of conversational data accurately to check students' achievements, and respecting students' privacy and consent. Furthermore, critiquing the data has allowed me to be conscious of the limitations and strengths of each data in measuring students' engagement and achievement to determine whether students are engaged in high cognitive, operative, and effective learning. Research has shifted my teaching practices to adopting a student-centered approach mixing with personalized learning. Through research, this enhances student engagement, motivation, and achievement, while also aligning with the teaching standards that focus on student learning and growth. To help guide these practices for my future teaching, I will continuously engage in professional development that is listed. In terms of links to the teaching standards, personalized learning and student-centered approaches connects with several focus areas, which are listed below. Adopting these approaches can also demonstrate a teacher's commitment to ongoing learning and professional development. Through this action research, I have gained an understanding that challenging behaviors are produced through student disengagement. This process has shown me the importance of using the MEE framework in the English subject, as it enhances students' attitudes, participation, and contribution to their learning. Similarly, this process has shown me the significance of using personalized learning, as it also improves students' engagement through recognizing and catering to the needs of each student. My participation in this research has taught me the skills required to measure student engagement and achievements, which is crucial to help assist with each student's needs and learning growth. In conclusion, student-centered learning, personalized learning, and collaborations with peers can enhance student engagement, motivation, and achievement in the English subject by teachers engaging with the MEE framework and in ongoing professional development.